This exam application tutorial is on the topic of enzymes. The question for 6 marks is explain why biological washing powders can be used to remove insoluble stains on clothing. So we need to understand what biological washing powders are, we need to understand what insoluble means, and how these two ideas are linked together. So biological washing powders contain enzymes. So this is a question about enzymes. And insoluble stains are stains which are not dissolving in water because the molecules are just too large to dissolve in water. So really, we're talking about how enzymes can break up insoluble molecules into tiny, small, soluble ones which will easily dissolve in hot, warm water and get washed away in our washing machine. So the translation questions to unlock the answer here are identify enzymes that digest carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, because these are the different types of stains you can get. For example, jam stains or chocolate stains are a good source of carbohydrate molecules, such as starch. Greasy, oily stains are good examples of fat stains, and things like blood stains are a good example of protein-based stains. So link the correct type of enzyme to the different type of stains. And finally, explain how each enzyme stated would break down each of the stains to produce specific products. So you're listing different examples of stains, the different enzymes that will act on each stain, and what they will turn that stain, those insoluble molecules, into. So I'm going to start off with a general statement to say enzymes can help break down insoluble molecules into soluble ones. In other words, enzymes help break down long-chain molecules into tiny monomers, tiny single-unit molecules, which can easily be dissolved. So insoluble here to soluble here. Notice how I say help break down and not enzymes break down. Enzymes just lower the amount of energy needed to break down these molecules. It's actually water that does the breaking down. Now I'm going to be specific and talk about certain sets of enzymes. So carbohydrases are carbohydrate digesting enzymes such as amylase. They can break down stains containing starch such as jam. So in this loaded sentence I've talked about an example of an enzyme and what it acts on and given an example of such a stain. So a jam is a good example of a stain containing starch. And it will break down starch into glucose. So now I'm talking about the products made. Whereas lipases over here, they can help break down stains containing fats and oils, such as grease stains. And now I need to link it to the products made. So when lipases act on grease stains or any fat, they will create or produce fatty acids and glycerol, as you can see here. These are the soluble molecules that can easily get washed away. And finally, proteases, these are protein digesting enzymes, can help break down stains containing proteins such as blood. And they break proteins down into amino acids, which then can get washed away. So we're breaking down insoluble molecules into their soluble form. Notice how I really only answered one question. I've just substituted certain words each time. So there's a rhythm to this question's answer.